Hi friends, we are back with a new video. What if I tell you that your coding life is going to be easy? Or if I tell you whenever you are coding, you will have a companion which is helping you code. This sounds amazing and unrealistic, right? So we are going to talk about a tool which is known as Tabby. So this tool, we will set it up and we will use it with the Visual Studio Code in Ubuntu system. So you will see in the video, we will just write a few lines or a few variables, and this tool will finish our code. So all thanks to LLM. If you don't understand LLM, it is basically an OpenAI extension to help us code. So let's get started. So in today's video, we will go through introduction of Tabby. Then we will set up Tabby with Docker. Then I will show you how Tabby is configured in VS Code. Then we'll go through a fun example. And finally, we will see where all the models are stored and where all the events which we use Tabby for are stored. And at the end, I will teach you how to delete the Tabby from your system. So let's get started. First of all, I will share the link of Tabby. So if you go to docs and you see Tabby is an open source LLM. So it's a large language model which is implemented here, which will help us write the code. So basically you can go to installation and there are different methods to install. So if you are Apple users, you can go through this setup where you use HomeBrew. So for today's video, I am using Linux system and I would implement this with Docker container. So let's go in Docker container. My computer has an NVIDIA graphic card, so I am going to use CUDA. So basically what we do is we have to run this Docker command. So if we go to the terminal, let's copy this command and let's paste it for now. But one thing we should notice is we have different options of models. So if I go to model registry, here I can see there are different models, and depending on your GPU, you can choose the model. So for example, let's see what GPU I have before going here. So I can do NVIDIA, where it will show me that I have a GPU of RTX 2070. This means I have a GPU with 20 series, so it is best for me to use 1 billion to 3 billion model. So if we see, we have these examples in our models where we have StarCoder, which is 1 billion parameters. We have StarCoder with 3 billion parameters. And there is a link where we can see which ones are liked by community. So if I go to the leaderboard, there is a 6.7 billion parameters, but because my GPU is in 2000 range, we will today go with DeepSeek Coder 1.3 billion parameters. So if I go back, this is that particular model ID. So I can copy this model ID, and in our Docker command, we just need to update the model ID. So it is defaulted by StarCoder 1 billion. So this is the model which we will be using. If I hit enter, it will, for me, it already has the parameters of the model, but in your case, it will pull the model. This is how in your terminal it will end, where it is listening at localhost, 8080 port. But you don't need to worry about anything. You just go to the terminal, open VS Code. So if I open code, it opened VS Code for me. So maybe let's create a new file. From your file, new text file. Let's save this as first.cpp. So today we are going to use CPP example where first you need to install the extension. So go to extensions, type Tabby here. So you will see an extension with a cat where this is Tabby and you should hit on install. I already have this installed. So once you install it, you should see Tabby here and you should see a check mark. That means Tabby is currently being used. So let's get started. So in here, let's implement a sum function. So if I do int sum, so you see it is auto completing the function. So if I hit tab, it already implemented sum function for me. So this can also help us in adding headers where if I do hash, it is already giving me IO stream, which you usually need to include. Also, if I write using, so it is auto completing where it knows I want to write standard namespace. So once we have this function implemented, if I want to implement int main, so see, it's already giving me an example by using the function. So if I autocomplete, it is already giving me two variables and it is telling me that we can use this function and it is counting the value. So I just wrote int main and it already had an application. Let's see how much time it takes to implement a PID. As I'm a robotics engineer, so PID comes really handy. So let me write float PID bracket float KP comma float KI comma float KD, and we'll have two set points. So set point, slowly it is getting a feel, comma float input. So we will define last error. See, it knows last error equal to 0. Float integral term. It has started to give us all variables, but we have this as an input. So we will just need one more static float dt equal to 0.01. And now we just need to implement our errors. So we'll write float error equal to, yes, it got it. Oh, so I did not have to implement any function. It gave me all the formulas for error, integral error, and my derivative error. And it also gave me finally the kp into error plus ki into integral plus kd into derivative. So you saw we just defined the variables and it gave us the function. This is not it. If we just do slash slash, it will also write a function for us. So you see PID is a function that returns float. It calculates PID value and reduces error. So it is not just useful for writing the function, but it also helps you comment the code. For example, if I want to comment this, so I do slash slash. See, it commented for me. If I do slash slash here, that is not the correct comment. It's error is the difference between set point and input variable. Similarly, we will have dt, where this is small time value of the variable in the function. So this is how it also helps you comment. So if I go to slash dot tabby, so this is where Tabby saves everything. So if you want to go back and see what event is basically the input you gave and the output it took, and it learns from the events. So if we do go to events, these are the two events. Because we just installed Tabby now, it only has two events. If you open the JSON, it will not make sense, but this is how they store the events. And if you have multiple models, this is where you will see we cloned the 1.3 billion model, and if I clone any other model, it will show up here. So if you are concerned about the space, come to this address and delete the other models if you want to save space, and only keep the one which you are using. So this was about how to set this up and where you will find the models. One last piece we need to work on is how to close this. So you can keep this running on the back end, or you can have other server which can host this. But for now, if I want to close this, if I do Control C, it's very difficult for it to close. Even if I close my instance, it's not closing. So what we will do is sudo docker ps. We will know all the containers which are running. So if you see, we have one container which is Tabby, and its name is Loving Ramen. So let's copy. We'll do sudo docker kill and the name. So if it gives the name as an output, that means it killed the container. Now I need to remove the container, so I do sudo docker container container rm, and these are the names. So I will delete my Loving Ramen. So now it's deleted, and if you see the instance here, it would have removed. And finally, if I go to my VS Code, you will see that Tabby would not have been connected. So if you see here, this shows that Tabby is unplugged. That means there is no server to connect. And this is how you can get rid of Tabby. So this was all about today's video. If you like the video, do share, and I would say do share this with your friends, because this will make their lives easy, and for sure they will remember you for this good deed. Thank you.